Hi guys! Glad you're back. Our Unity 2D game is developing really great. In this tutorial I want to show you how I created animations with the tool Krita 3.0 and how I imported them back into Unity 5 game engine. Have fun with this. And here we are in Krita 3.0, my favorite open source digital painting application. Krita has here on the upper right corner a settings button, and when you choose the animation setting, then the timeline at the bottom will appear, and here you can define so-called keyframes for your animations. Now, what did I do to create the animation steps for my blue guy here? So let's see. On the first keyframe, you can create these keyframes by pressing the right mouse button and then you choose New Frame. Then you add a keyframe. The first keyframe, I added this image I painted. And you can also copy these keyframes, hold the Control key on your keyboard and drag it. And then on the keyframe where you drop the image, a new frame with the same content will be created. And on every keyframe I created this way, I painted in new emotional expressions for my character that forms the animation in the end. And my kind of attack animation, or biting, rolling eyes animation as you want, goes from the frame 0 to the frame 4. So I have 5 frames with this animation. For the hit animation, when the character is hit by the boxing glove, then I just use one image I painted here on a different keyframe, on keyframe 12. And the hit animation will be really simple. I just show this hit image and then return to the normal image, which you can see on keyframe 0. Okay, now let's export the images we need in Unity for creating our animations. So select the keyframes and then I choose most of the time the PSD, the Photoshop file format. Then I choose a name. This name is Guy Attack, and the images Guy Attack 0 to Guy Attack 4 will be generated. The same thing I do for the keyframe 12, the hit animation, but this time I only need to export one image. So I choose File, Export, and choose the name Guy Blue Hit. Great. Okay, now let's see how these images will be imported into Unity 5. So here we have our project. You know this. This is our Guy Blue sprite, and he has a sprite renderer, and as the first image in the sprite renderer I choose the Guy Attack 0. Okay, now let's see how we can define animations. We have the animation tab here, and I created a new animation called Guy Attack, and you can see the keyframes here. So let's just drag this out so that we can see it a little bit better, how the animation is defined. We just drag and drop the sprites we exported to the folder here, to the folder in our project, to the timeline, and at the position where we drop the sprites, new keyframes for the animations will be generated. It's very easy. It's just a matter of drag and drop your sprites where you need them. And the same thing we do for our animation Guy Hit. There I created a new animation, and also I drag the sprites Guy Hit and Guy Attack 0 where I need them. And when you play this animation, you can directly see it here in the scene view of Unity. A very easy task. The animations are stored in our folder Hit and Split Animation. Here they are. And you can see that a new animator controller is generated for us. It's called Guy Blue. and I dragged our two animations, guy attack and guy hit, into this animator. So what I defined a transition from the animation guy hit back to guy attack, because when the guy hit animation is played, we'll see this right now, then we want to return to the default attack animation. This is when the guy is opening and closing his mouth and his eyes. Here again a short demonstration, also with sounds. When he is hit by the boxing glove. The guy attack animation is the default animation, and that is played in a loop because we checked that we want to play the animation in a loop. But how to play the hit animation? So we have to look in the script. I defined a private variable called animator, and this animator we get in the start method. Now in the onCollision enter 2D, when we know that the guy is hit, we play the guy hit animation by calling animator play guy hit, and there we also play the sound that you hear when the guy is hit by the boxing glove. And that's the whole logic. After playing the guy hit animation, we return to the default animation, the guy attack, because there's a transition defined for this in the animator. Here is the sound file I added that is played when the character is hit by the boxing glove as an audio source. So please subscribe to my channel. I really hope you like this tutorial series about Unity 2D. In the next tutorial I will show you how to split this blue guy exactly here. When the saw is hitting the character, we have to define a new animation and the guy will be split. This means I have to make two characters out of one. And as always, I uploaded the project to my Patreon account, so if you're my patron, you can download it from this location.